Welcome to Instant Replay presented by Cheez-It. Andrew Wiebe, Bobby Warshaw, talking about MLS Week 34. And Bobby, all year I've sat here and had interesting, pithy, funny things to say. I don't have any more of that. It's been a long year. Let's get right into it. We're going to Talon Energy Stadium. Let's go straight to the 69th minute. A corner kick coming in, a scoreless game. And this is important because the supporter shield is in the balance. In comes the whipped in ball. There's no call. It gets cleared. Down goes Fafa Biko all the way down the field, and he catches Luis Robles with a little kick. Then they go to video review, and I'm thinking this might be a red card on Fafa, but no. Ted Uncle brings it all the way back to the corner kick, and look closely. That ball hits Alejandro Bedoya, not in one, but in both arms, Bobby, and they call it a penalty kick. Was that the right call?
Alejandro Bedoya only has his arms up to make sure he doesn't get smashed in the face by his teammate Corey Burke. But the point is that his arms are there intentionally. And pro referees have set the precedent that if the ball hits your hands when your hands are in their place intentionally, then it is a handball. So hard luck for Philly, but ultimately a good call.
I'm with you, Bobby. That's just unlucky, but it is a penalty kick. Let's go to Atlanta to check out another penalty kick. And we've had a lot of you in the comment section saying, man, the Five Stripes get a lot of breaks, and it looks like they got another one here in the 29th minute. This ball very, very clearly hits Leandro Gonzalez-Perez in the arm, but it is not called a penalty, and they don't go to video review, Bobby, and I think that is a mistake. He's flailing his arms. He's pirouetting. He may not have known about this. He didn't see the ball coming and stick his arm out, but LGP made himself bigger and he gained an advantage. To me, this is clear and obvious. I get the laws, but this is common sense. That's a handball.
Yeah, it's absolutely bonkers how Atlanta got another call at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. This is a handball. He is using his arm to make his body bigger. The ball hit his arm. This is a handball in any other stadium in America, and it should have been called on Atlanta in Atlanta.
Preach, brother, preach. All right, let's go to Audi Field for yet another handball, this time on Alex Ring, and this one is called, and it helps give DC a 3-0 lead. Wayne Rooney got the PK. You knew he would. But this is not a penalty, Bobby. What is Chico Grajeda thinking? It's natural position. It's ball to hand. He has no space to get out of the way. I don't get it.
You can understand what Grajeda's thinking, right? The ball hits his hand, it's in the box, the game happens fast. I don't blame Grajeda for making this call, but yes, it was the wrong one. Ring's hand is too close to the ball, he has no time to get out of the way, and we've heard from referees over and over this year that they factor in the amount of time the ball takes to get to the hand. This was too small, it shouldn't have been a penalty.
We finish our handball parade with an obvious one. Props to Kevin Stott, and what is Gaston Sarro doing in the 56th minute of this game in Orlando? He reaches out to try to grab the ball. Buddy, that's always gonna get called.
Yeah, this is by far the easiest call of the weekend. Sarro, what are you doing, dude?
I want to keep it in Orlando right now, Bobby, and I'm going to go into stoppage time. It was a 1-1 game, and Columbus Crew SC, well, they need a result because they're trying to make the playoffs. In comes Will Trapp, down goes Chris Mueller, and Kevin Stott says that's a PK. Chris, you aren't happy. What do you think?
Well, if I were British, I would call this a stone cold pen because Will Trapp gets a knee-to-knee contract. Will Trapp.
Right. That was amazing.
Will Trapp gets him knee-to-knee contact. Easy call, well done by the referee.
Cheerio, Bobby. All right, we've skipped around a little bit, but stick with us. We're going back to Talon Energy Stadium to take a closer look at some, I'm going to call them spicy incidents in this quote-unquote rivalry match. 38th minute, Alex Muel's going up for a header, and then he pulls out, but CJ Sapong does not, Bobby, and he catches Muel in the head with what looks like a forearm or an elbow.
The language referees would use here is, does Sapong vault himself forward? Does he go in with excessive force to win this ball that endangers the safety of the opponent? Based on those guidelines, this is not serious foul play by Sapong, and it was a good decision to only give the yellow. All right, let's keep the spice going right at the halftime whistle. Here we see the Philly player putting in the tackle on Kaku, and then the teams come together. Some might call this a brawl. I call it a light shove. Wiebe, what's going on?
Yeah, this is a brouhaha. That's what I'm defining this one as. You can see Bedoya comes in pretty hard on this tackle, and Kaku doesn't like it. And then here comes Sapong with the shove, and then all of a sudden they get in a big pack. I don't see anything here that would be a sending off.
Moving on. We go to Dallas. Can we talk about how dope that new Hall of Fame is, by the way?
Pretty sweet.
But let's get to some of the sauce in the game. 14th minute, the score is 0-0, and Felipe Gutierrez is taken down in the box by Matt Hedges. Penalty is given right away by referee Robert Sabiga. Andrew, good call?
Yeah, it's a PK. It is not clean contact in the sense that Hedges didn't kick his legs out from underneath him, but he clearly makes contact, and that makes it a penalty.
And if I could step in right there, we should point out that Hedges misses the front leg of Gutierrez, but actually gets the inside of the back leg, Gutierrez's right leg. Good call by Sabiga.
Another PK I want you to look at, 48th minute, Ilie Sanchez is all over the back of Matt Hedges. Down goes Hedges, and there's Robert Sabiga pointing to the spot. What do you think, PK or no?
You nailed it. Ilie is bear hugging Hedges, pulls him down, and Pro said before the season that this is one of their initiatives. They want to get rid of this kind of play in the box, and it feels good that Sabiga actually made this call. Hats off to Robert.
All right, we're coming full circle back to Stade Saputo, Montreal and Toronto. There were a lot of calls to look at in this game, and one thing we learned is that you can't go look at the VAR booth. Bakari Sagna learned a lesson in this one, Bobby.
This reminds me of when I look at other people's phones on the subways. Love doing that.
Yeah, you don't get to go check out the video review booth, Bakari. All right, let's go to the 44th minute. Sebastian Jovinko scores, but Lucas Janssen is offside, or so says video review. Do you agree?
As we see here, the ball comes off Camacho to Janssen. The question is, did Camacho deliberately play the ball? And here's how that rule is generally interpreted. Did Camacho actually have control, or did the ball just hit him and go to Janssen? In no way Camacho had control there. A good decision to call Janssen offside.
Well done by referee Baltimore Toledo and VAR Jorge Gonzalez. We go to stoppage time to finish things off, and did Jonathan Osorio just kind of throw a punch?
It sure looks like it, man. And we actually have to rewind to get the full context on this because Osorio chases down Silva for 20 yards here.
Yeah, man, he's trying to get a piece, and you can see right before contact, Osorio looks at him. He knows where Silva's face is, and he drives his arm up through there, and he's on a yellow. I don't know if that's a red card, Bobby, but it's darn sure a second yellow.
And I've said all year that if you're shielding the ball and your forearm or elbow slides up their chest into their face, it's not a red card. But the second it feels like you're actually going after that player, you lose the benefit of the doubt on that. I would have been fine with a red card on this, but you nailed it, Andrew. It should have been at least Osorio's second yellow.
Sounds like we agree on that one. Probably should have been hitting the showers early. Let us know what you think. Get us in the comments section or get on social media. We'll see you next week right here, same place. Instant Replay presented by Cheez-It.